Okay, so I've seen a lot of confusion on my lesson about tenths and hundredths today, so I want to do a little clarifying here. If you are asked to shade a picture of 3/10ths, it should look like this. There should be long, skinny, 1 out of 10 pieces should be shaded. If you were going to do that on a hundredths chart, you would need to shade a tenth, 2/10ths, and 3/10ths. Okay? That means 3/10ths is the same amount as 10, 20, 30 hundredths. So 3/10ths is 30 hundredths. They are the same thing. Okay? What you don't want to do when you're given 3/10ths and a hundredths chart is to shade in 3 hundredths. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 hundredths. It's not the same as 3/10ths. You can see that, right? 3 hundredths is tiny. 3/10ths is not. It's big. It's almost half of the whole. 3 hundredths is barely anything. Okay? So again, let's do a couple more of these. If I have 5/10ths on a hundredths chart, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of those 10 long skinny chunks, right? There's 10 of these long pieces. They happen to be made up of these little bricks here when we draw them on a hundredths chart, but we need to think about it as tenths, 1 out of 10 pieces. So 5/10ths looks like this. That means it's the same thing as it's equal to 50 out of 100, right? If I count all these little boxes, the total number of boxes is 100 boxes, and there's 50 of them shaded in. If I'm counting the long tenth sticks, there's 5 out of 10 shaded in. Okay, so that means if you're writing equivalent fractions that you need to look at tenths and hundredths. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these long sticks, these tenth pieces shaded in. That's equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 100ths. Notice if I was going to shade in 7 100ths, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little pieces, but I didn't, right? I'm talking about 70 100ths. So be very careful when you are working on these assignments to make sure you know the difference between a tenth and a hundredth. A tenth is a much bigger piece than a little bitty 100th is. Okay, one more. This is 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33 hundredths. That's 33 100ths. If I was going to think about this as tenths, there would be 1, 2, 3 tenths. Plus some extra left over, right? Plus 1, 2, 3 hundredths. To add these together, I don't have the same number on the bottom, so I would need to change 3/10ths into 30 100ths to actually get an answer. 30 100ths plus 3 100ths is, oh, that's what we got before. It's 33 100ths.